This is Sparta!
Porter Hertzman, number 21.
Braxton Butler, number 32.
Scott Johansson, 35.
Champ Justice, number 1.
Jace Franson, number 11.
Wes Johansson, number 42.
Will Jeffs, number 34.
Devin Rasmussen, number 40.
Welcome to the Emery Spartan pregame show on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM. Brought to you by Landon's Diesel Service. Leave your truck in the hands of those who know diesel engines. Landon's Diesel Service at 540 South 300 West in Price. And now for tonight's play-by-play, let's join Jordan Buscarini and Travis Anderson.
Welcome into Emery High School basketball here on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM. Jordan Buscarini today being joined by Aiden Mortensen. And the basketball season, which started all the way back in November, all the way back before Thanksgiving, has reached the final 3 days. And that brings us here to the UCC Youth Center in Orem on the campus of Utah Valley. And as we count down the moments to tip off, we have a very intriguing matchup. The upset-minded number 9 Emery Spartans getting set to take on the number 1 mighty Morgan Trojans, who enter on a outstanding winning streak, putting together a record throughout the regular season of 23-1, including a perfect 10-0 in league play. Aiden, this is definitely going to be a tough task.
Yeah, this is a tall task, Jordan, but we saw it against American Heritage just a few days ago. Emery upset-minded, but like you said, tall task going against the Morgan Trojans. They have not lost a game since that beginning of the season back on November 26th. They lost to Green Canyon by a single point. Green Canyon, of course, last week earned a runner-up finish in the 4A state championship. Since then, they've strung together 20 straight wins. This is a team who knows how to play basketball. They know how to play it well.
That was something that we did talk with Coach Dave Justice about last week on KOAL's Drive Time Sports, and we're going to get to that in just a few moments. But let's talk about how Emery got to this point. It was a stellar performance a little over a week ago. American Heritage, a team that I know many throughout this state thought could be serious threats to win a state championship. Well, Emery pulls off the victory in really exciting fashion on the road, 77-74. Let's say they stunned the American Heritage team and also the fan base, who really couldn't believe that they weren't advancing.
Yeah, you were telling me that was a silent gym with 2 minutes left in that game. Their cheerleaders in their student section started the "I believe that we will win" chant, and Emery knocked the air out of that room. A stunning performance from the Spartans, and you got to give a lot of credit to Scott Johansson. He spearheaded that effort. 17 points in the third quarter. That really helped flip the tide of that game, 26 overall. He really put on a performance for the ages to help the Spartans get to this juncture.
Now let's talk about today's opponent, Morgan, because it is not the first time that we have seen this team. We would have to go back to Game 2 of the regular season. It was a lengthy trip to Morgan, and it was a long bus ride home because it was the Morgan Trojans that came out on top in that game, 79-40. Seems like a completely different era. Seems like a completely different Emery team. I think we can agree that this squad is much better today than they were back in November.
Yeah, at the start of the season, they had to find a way to replace a starting 5 and get a bunch of players acclimated to the varsity level of basketball, very high-level varsity basketball that really didn't have that experience leading into that season. I mean, you come out of the season, you're leaving the Luke Justice, Wade Stilson era, and you're entering into a new venture for the Emery Spartans. They had a lot to try and figure out, a lot they had to overcome, but as the season has gone on, they've gotten progressively better and better. I mean, we saw them early in the season in region play defeat Juab, who just defeated South Summit by 20. So this is a team who is much improved as the season has gone on. I think they have a chance to make some noise today.
Yeah, if you're filling out your brackets at home, Juab did just defeat South Summit, so the winner of this game will move on to face Juab. I would love a third crack of the Wasps. We could call it the rubber match, right? In the consolation bracket, it'll be South Summit. We are inching a little bit closer to tip-off. Our interview with Coach Dave Justice is coming up next when we return. It's the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show, and it's game 1 of 2 today for the Emery Spartans. And up first, it's the Morgan Trojans. We're back in just a moment.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck. Because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
At A Perfect Smile, they specialize in transforming your smile with precision and care. From porcelain veneers and dental implants to orthodontics, crowns, and bridges, their expertise covers every aspect of general and cosmetic dentistry. Dr. Jackson and his team are here to address even the most challenging dental concerns, helping you achieve a smile you'll love. Ready for a smile makeover? Call A Perfect Smile today, 637-2100, to schedule an appointment.
Feel the force of the Ram heavy-duty truck, the power horse beast that thrills with its performance. Hi, this is Thad. Imagine saving up to $15,000 off the original MSRP. Auto Farm has 15 at the ready and waiting for a test drive, including 5 hard-to-find dualies, exceptional strength, unprecedented durability, and might that echoes in every gear shift. Demand the best from your heavy-duty jobs. Demand a Ram heavy-duty from Auto Farm. Because with Ram, it's just not driving. It's just not a lifestyle. Don't just imagine. Come in and test drive away today.
Hi, this is Tim Frame, manager at Cache Valley Bank. Are you getting ready to tackle some spring projects, or are you already making summer plans? Now is a good time to stop in and see how Cache Valley Bank can assist you. With a great team of friendly, knowledgeable bankers, we can provide you with the financial tools needed to help you succeed. We are dedicated to providing you with the personalized attention you deserve. Come visit us at 82 West Main Street in Price, and let us show you what opening an account with Cache Valley Bank can do for you.
Imagine this. You're cruising down the highway, windows down, music up, but suddenly your car sputters. Don't let car troubles break your stride. At Cars, Complete Auto Repair Service in Wellington, they're dedicated to keeping your vehicle running smoothly so you can keep enjoying those flawless drives. From regular maintenance like oil changes and wheel alignments to tune-ups and even new tires, Cars is here to help. Visit Cars today and drive away confident knowing your car is in its best shape ever.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck. Because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
Welcome back to the Emery Spartan pregame show on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM. Brought to you by Landon's Diesel Service. Leave your truck in the hands of those who know diesel engines. Landon's Diesel Service at 540 South 300 West in Price.
Welcome back into the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show. It's here on KOAL 107.3 FM, 750 AM, and also our YouTube channel, Castle Country Radio Emery. And today, it's not win or go home, but it is do or die as the Emery Spartans get set to take on the Morgan Trojans in the quarterfinals at UVU. Emery got to this point by pulling off an upset just a little over a week ago, defeating American Heritage in a thriller in American Fork. Last week on KOAL's Drive Time Sports, we had the opportunity to catch up with Coach Dave Justice. We talked about the team's big win, propelling them to the final 3 days of the basketball season. Coach, it's always great to get you on. Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. Awesome to be here. Thanks, George.
And that's always fun to chat with you, Coach. It was fun to chat after Saturday's game. Really a thrilling win over American Heritage in the opening round of the 3A state tournament. And I think for those who maybe don't pay super close attention, they would say it's an 8-9 matchup. Anything can happen. But I was of the belief going in Saturday that that team was much better than the 8 seed, and I come out of that game knowing that that team is much better than the 8 seed, which makes that win even that much more impressive for the boys.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very good team. I mean, the Wintana kid is about as good as anybody in the state guard-wise. He does a really good job, and you know, playing up at their place and having, you know, just kind of the nature of the game was just a great, it was just a great win. I mean, that's a good team. They, you know, I think that's one of the things with the RPI is that you see some of those teams like, you know, American Heritage, Judge, they play a lot of full 4 and 5 and even 6A teams because, they're up from the valley. And so I think sometimes their RPI gets a little bit lower than maybe it would be traditionally if they were playing some of the normal 2 and 3A teams like we do. And so so it was just a great job, great win overall, and, way to pull one out and just kind of survive in the van. So, no, we're super happy about it.
Coach, going back and just kind of assessing the way things went in that game, I think there are several reference points that we can go back to, we'll say in the month of November and even in the month of December, the amount of adversity that the boys had to overcome in this game. And I don't know that they would have been able to overcome that at the beginning of the season. I don't know if they could have mentally overcome some of those obstacles that were thrown their way this past Saturday, which to me is proof, right, of how much a team can evolve over the course of the season. I don't know if you would agree with that or not, but that was kind of the assessment I had going back and rewatching that game again.
Oh, most definitely. I think early in the season we had a lot of close games, and we kind of blew a lot of close games. And so there was kind of a key moment. And, I think we get up by 12, 50 to 62, and, feeling really good. And, you're thinking, we might run away with this or we might end up winning this. And credit to American Heritage, they came storming back. They hit a bunch of shots. They got hit some free throws, ends up tying it at 70. And so once that game gets tied, I think it even got tied at 68, if I remember. It got tied at 68. No panic in the boys. So we come down. West just gets a basket. Just get right into our stuff. West gets a basket. Go up. They get it. Then the Montana kid hits another incredible shot. That was another opportunity for us to be kind of like, oh, man, maybe, we played great, but, maybe it's not our night. But no panic in the boys. And then Jace hits that just a huge, incredible three-pointer with about 45 seconds left as the shot clock's coming down. And so you just see those last two possessions. There was no panic in the boys. They just got right into our offense. They just played, like they were going to win the game, even late. And I agree with you. I don't think that would have happened early in the season. So,
obviously it's a team game. There's so many elements that have to come together for you to win a game, specifically on the road against a team of that caliber. But, Coach, there were so many incredible individual moments in this game. And really, I think we can pinpoint to 5 or 6 different kids. BB has a huge bucket in the second half. Scott was incredible in the third quarter. You talked about Jace. I mean, he pops in a huge three-point shot with the game tied at 70. We go back and we look at West. West was incredible in the second half. I think anytime there was a lull in the offense in that fourth quarter, you could rely on West to get a bucket. Porter came up with a big triple. I mean, just going through and looking at all the individual success that you can pinpoint in that game, can that carry over, and has that carried over into this week of practice?
Yeah, the week's been great. The kids have a great attitude. They've been really getting after it in practice. I think they're starting to believe that, hey, we belong there at State, and we belong with one of those good teams. And so, yeah, it's carried over. I think just the confidence that win, kind of a win kind of gave them, hopefully we can ride that into the state tournament. So it's one thing is kind of believing that you can do it, but then it's like going out and proving it, that we kind of won a big game, a tournament game on the road. And so, it's been carried a good week. They've had a really good week of practice, a really good week of games. And so it's just been good. So we just got to keep working, keep going, and try to do our best on next Monday, I guess.
What's it like in the locker room when you win a win-or-go-home game, knowing now that you will advance to the final stage, which puts you at a neutral site? What's that like?
Oh, it's super exciting. I think the kids are super excited. They were all happy, because we really believed that we could do that. But then, and so the kids were super excited. We were just cheering loud and just saying kind of on to Morgan. And so it was an exciting moment, one of the funnest of my coaching career, really, just kind of winning that big game, kind of upset on the road. So yeah, it was great.
Again, our guest right now is Coach Dave Justice of the Emery Spartan boys basketball team. Coach, let's jump forward. We'll talk about Monday's game. It's an 11:10 start time, and it's Morgan. And it is a team, we'd have to go all the way back to November. Seems like a lifetime ago, right? But we did see this team once upon a time on the road, and it didn't necessarily end well. And I think when you take a look at this Morgan squad, they're number one for a reason. They're stout, front to back, they really are. But throwing the score aside from that game back in November, what did you learn about this Morgan team and something that maybe you'll be a little bit more prepared for this go-around?
So, obviously really early in the season, it was our second game, kind of on a big, that first Friday of the season. I think we just are going to hopefully be more prepared for their, their trap. They're big, they're long, they're athletic. I mean, they're a great team. I mean, they're number one for a reason. And, and their record is what it is for a reason. They really get after it and really get after it. So, keys to kind of hopefully for us to have some success is definitely taking care of the ball. We had a real hard time last time against them of, turning it over and our turnovers turning into their points. And so they run that half-court trap, and they've ran it all season, and they do a really good job at it. So the Saunders kids up top, and then those other athletes are just out. They're like, free safeties going to steal on the ball. So we got to really take care of the ball and really make them play and score against us in the half court. And so I think if we can kind of slow that game down a little bit, take care of the ball, and just try to be efficient on offense, and hopefully hit some shots, I think we're going to have a chance. But obviously it's a tall task, with how good Morgan is. So.
Yeah, I mean, to put this in perspective, and I love a classic David versus Goliath matchup. I think that's what makes sports so great, and these kids have earned that opportunity. Your kids have earned that opportunity to step onto the biggest stage and try to turn a lot of heads throughout the state. Morgan has not played in a game against an in-state opponent where the final spread was not double digits. I think that speaks volumes to just how good they have been.
I didn't realize that till yesterday when I was kind of because you look at the stats and you kind of know that their record, and you kind of know, they won this team, but then you didn't realize, they haven't even been a single digit. Their only loss is to Green Canyon, who's also the number one team, who also has only one loss on the season. And so, obviously, super talented team, super well coached, super good. So it is going to be a challenge, but you never know. Things happen. We kind of looked at yesterday. There's one seeds that have lost in the high school playoffs since the RPI like 3 or 4 times before the semifinals. And so things happen. So that's why it's just a game, especially a state tournament. You never know. So we just got to go into that belief that we're going to go give them a game. And we're going to give it all we have, and we can live with whatever happens and live with the results if we can do that. So we're definitely going up there to compete and play well. And we know it's a tall task, but we're going to give it our best.
One of the biggest differences from the first time that you guys went toe-to-toe with Morgan is the rotation. Right, if we just take a look at the way things have kind of changed for this team over the course of the season, we go back to that game against Morgan. Breck Griffin no longer plays like a freshman. Breck is kind of evolved past that at this particular time. And A.J. Thomas was also not available for that game. And so when you go back and look at where you guys were at then and now, how much of a difference does it make having those two that can, A, handle the ball and create a little bit?
I think it's huge. So especially against their pressure, and especially against their half-court trap and their man pressure, having a couple more ball handlers just to kind of throw at them, I think is going to be a huge, hopefully be huge for us. AJ's done a great job. I think we didn't know what we'd get out of AJ this year. Even when he came back, we're like, we obviously love him as a basketball player, but we don't know. The varsity's been playing for so long. We don't know how it's going to fit in. He's done a great job stepping in ever since, he kind of Porter went down with that, and even coming off the bench, he's done a great job. And then Breck got a whole season under his belt playing varsity now, and so almost a whole season. And so having those two guys that can handle the ball and get after it on defense, I think it's going to be another couple weapons for us in this fight. So we're excited to have those guys in there.
It's obviously not your first go-around of the final 3 stages, Coach. How does the basketball change when we get to this stage, right, this level where we know, hey, there's 3 days left in the season and that is it in your experience? How have you seen it change, or have you at all?
I think that just the intensity, the emotions of it kick up a little bit. And I think just playing in this the last couple of years and playing in the state tournament the last couple of years has been a real good experience for us as a coaching staff and as the younger kids, just to know, hey, this is the type of games that we're going to play. And so I think that helped us last Saturday, just kind of know these state tournament games go. Because it's more energy. It's more, there's more on the line, obviously, but you can't really play like that. You just got to play like your normal game. And so it's yes and no. There's more on the line, but, at the same point, it is just a game. And so you got to play just like you would normally in a practice, but then it is obviously a lot on the line for us. So.
How do you handle playing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday as opposed to Thursday, Friday, Saturday? But this is different for everyone, right? So, and it's an early game on Monday at that. I mean, it's an 11 o'clock tip-off. How do you handle that from a travel perspective? What does the weekend look like from this team as well?
Yeah, it's kind of a weird deal. we haven't played a Monday game all season, and obviously we haven't played like an 11 o'clock game all season. So it's kind of just funny how your season kind of turns out, and it's like, oh, Monday at 11 is your biggest game. And so, yeah, it's just we're going to try to do it as normal as possible, how we would travel as normally as possible, even for a road game, and try to keep the kids in their same routine. So we'll go up there Monday morning, try to leave up early, and try to stop and eat, and kind of not try to get there maybe an hour or two, probably a couple hours before the game, and try to watch a little bit of the South Summit and GWAP game and kind of relax. But the one thing, and it is the same way for everyone, is that, you don't get as much warm-up time. You don't get as much shots in before the game. And so this weekend is just going to be the same thing. Kind of kids will be on their own. We'll practice tomorrow and then just really talk to them about getting shots up, even on Sunday, or Sunday night if they can on their own, or, get some shots up in Saturday or whatever their plan is. They're kind of be on their own for the weekend. And then we'll get up there early on Monday and hopefully just, be able to get on the court as fast as we can and get some shots up and then get after it. So.
I think an event like this is always so fun. There's nothing like a basketball state tournament. I think anyone that just even mildly enjoys the game can go and sit all day, and you're going to be thoroughly entertained. And obviously there's a community, there's a student body behind you as well. And I think it does help the enthusiasm a little bit, Coach, when both the boys and the girls squads will be playing on Monday. I think that has to help.
Oh, definitely. It's so much fun. It's so much fun when both teams are up. Obviously, we want to go up as much, but then, we cheer on the girls so much too. And so it's so much fun when the whole community can kind of come together and cheer on each other because there's so much overlap. There's cousins, friends, and then even the student body. So there's just more people that come up to the games when both teams are up there. There's more support, there's more energy. It's just great. And so we were super happy that the girls were up there as well, and then we were obviously great that we came up as well. So yeah, it's awesome that both our teams are up there, and then lots of people can come up and support all the boys and girls for all their success on the season. And hopefully we both can, go on a run and end it the right way.
Coach, congratulations on that monumental win on Saturday. That was so fun. That was one of the most thrilling games that I can remember in quite some time. And best of luck as you and the boys take on Morgan on Monday. Can't wait to see you at UVU.
I appreciate it, Jordan. Thank you.
Again, that's Coach Dave Justice of the Emery Spartan boys basketball squad as we get set for tip-off this morning. It's going to be a tough one for the Spartans. They'll take on the number 1 seed Morgan Trojans. Emery ranked number 8. The winner will advance to the semifinals tomorrow. Right around the corner, we have tip-off. Plus, we'll take a look at the starting 5 right here on the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
At Castle Country Vet, they believe every pet deserves a touch of love and expert care. You can trust Dr. Harmer and Dr. Kelly. They're not just veterinarians, but passionate pet lovers, dedicated to nurturing your furry friends like family. From routine checkups to emergency interventions, you and your pet will experience compassionate, professional care every step of the way. Let Castle Country Vet help your pets lead the happiest, healthiest lives. Call Castle Country Vet today, 637-5797, because love is a 4-legged word.
When it comes to doing spring projects around the house, I like to do it myself.
You mean we. You, me, and Central Commission. Honey, you know you're all thumbs.
Guilty. So that's why we get all the helpful advice from Central Commission needed to get our DIY projects done right.
Plus all the lumber, hardware, plumbing, electrical, paint, and more at just one store. And at prices we can afford.
See the helpful pros today at Central Commission, North Main Street, Helper.
435-472-5579.
The Spartans play here.
Champ Justice, number 1. Porter Hertzman, number 21.
Mo Stilson, number 25.
On 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
Welcome back in. Emery High School basketball on 107.3 FM, 750 AM. Jordan Buscarini alongside Aiden Mortensen. Not a winner-go-home game, but it is do or die. The championship hopes come to an end with a loss. We'll take a look at the starting 5 right now for your Emery Spartans.
Porter Hertzman, number 21, point guard.
Jace Franson, number 11,
Shooting guard.
Braxton Butler, number 32, forward.
Scott Johansson, 35, power forward.
Les Johansson, number 42, forward.
Starting 5 for the Morgan Trojans will be Colton Acey, Bracken Sanders. We'll see Jake Hansen, number 22, Nathan Pace, and number 31, Mason Williams. We are set to go. There's not a lot of time to wait here at the state tournament. Emery's going to be moving left to right on the radio dial. They come out in their black uniforms, being the number 9 seed. Morgan wearing their home whites as the 1. And the Trojans control the tip. It's Jake Hansen in the backcourt. Quick start, obviously important for Emery. They'll come out in the extended 2-3 zone. Right side, it's Saunders. Drive, shot off of the glass is off of the mark. Loose ball bounces around on the ground, able to pick it up and lay it in for 2 as Saunders. And Morgan draws first blood.
This isn't a team you can allow offensive boards like that to. They're going to get, if they get a second chance, they're not going to miss.
30 seconds into this one. Butler with the basketball. High, intense pressure from Morgan to get things rolling defensively. West Johansson, 15 feet away, takes one dribble, gives it off to Franson. Bounce pass goes back to Big West, who goes in for 2. And West Johansson, who has gotten better and better throughout the season, showcasing his ability as a big man. He's got the first bucket of the game for Emery. Now the Trojans try to attack the 2-3. Shot from 15 by AC is off of the mark, and Emery with a rebound. They have an opportunity to take their first lead of the game 1 minute into the first quarter. Herdsman with the basketball. Goes into the high post. It's West. West with his back to the basket. Hands it off to Franson. Franson lofts one up. The teardrop for 2. He knocks it down from 12 feet out. It's 4-2 Spartans.
Typically you don't see Jace trying to do some damage on the inside. Normally he's a perimeter player, but he showcases that when he gets inside, he can do some damage.
AC goes to Saunders. Shot from 15 is no good. Rebound to Williams. Put back is off of the mark. Another rebound, a foul, and 1. Nathan Pace comes flying in, grabs the board, and now he has a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play. We're knotted at 4.
And he crashes the board so well. That's not just a second chance, but a third chance for the Trojans on the offensive glass. Emery needs to do a better job boxing out, or else they're going to wreak havoc on the glass.
Morgan, a very good foul shooting team. The and 1 is good, and the Trojans jump back up on top 5-4. It's a 1-2-2 half-court set for the Trojans. Emery's able to break it. Scott Johansson finds Jace Franson. Franson goes back to Scott. Now to Herdsman, top of the key. High post West. Spin move. Kick out. Finds Butler with the ball off of the right side. Butler had the ball kicked. Goes off his foot into the backcourt. But that ball was knocked away.
Yeah, that was definitely a
call over and back.
That was definitely a tipped ball by the Trojans, but referees see it differently. They're saying Trojan ball. It's going to be paramount here for Emery to find a stop, or else Morgan's going to look to build themselves a little run.
The ball was knocked away near midcourt. They say it went off of Braxton Butler's foot, and then as Herdsman picked it up, that caused the over and back. So Morgan basketball. Trojans, again, mid-range jumper up, no good. Rebound to Scott Johansson. That time it was a one and done for Morgan. Emery needs a few more of those. Butler with the ball. He's trapped about 25 feet away from the basket. Goes to Scott Johansson for 3. No good. Got a clean look. Couldn't convert. And an offensive foul called against West Johansson as he was jockeying for position down low.
And it's important right now that he avoids getting into foul trouble early. He's a presence who can hang with some of the bigs on this Morgan lineup. If he's able to keep them contained while keeping his foul situation under control, he can really hinder the offensive production of the Trojans.
5:37 left, opening quarter, 5-4. Morgan with the lead. Walking the ball up, it's Hansen. Emery sticks in the 2-3 zone, left side, holding pace, goes back to Hansen. Now they get it inside, 15 feet. Saunders, 2 dribbles, kick out, penetration. Hansen shot from 17 is no good. Scott Johansson had the rebound and then lost it. He was stripped from behind by Pace. And now a turnover. Ball picked up by Scott Johansson. He wants to run, finds West. West ahead of the pack, goes in for 2. And Emery back on top, 6-5. 5 minutes even to play here in the first.
A great transition opportunity there for West. Finding the rim, elevating above the Trojans, and able to find the bottom of the basket.
So Emery making it happen again on the defensive end of the floor. Saunders from 15. Spin out, now the movement, right side. Penetration, 17-footer on the way. Another miss for Morgan, but a big rebound by AC and then lost the ball out of bounds. So the offensive rebound for Morgan and then the turnover as he came down to the ground, and the ball will go back to the Spartans.
And Morgan runs an interesting offense. You don't see very mid-centric offenses anymore, especially in the era of three-pointers. But Morgan, they're building their game plan off of that, trying to penetrate into the high post and get those shots from the free throw line and sometimes the free throw line extended.
They're going to attack that 2-3 from Emery from 15. West, trap, down low. Passes out. Franson, right corner three. It was partially deflected, hit the side of the backboard. So the ball will stick with Emery. 13 on the shot clock, 4:19 on the game clock.
That's one of those ones, if you're a coach, you want to see Franson keep shooting those. That one was tipped a little bit as it left his hand, but he's someone who can do a lot of damage from beyond the arc. And when he gets heated up, he scores in bunches. You see him go on individual 9-0 runs all the time. Emery could be using one of those right now.
Ben Russell into the game. Nathan Pace to the bench for Morgan. West back to the basket. Kick out. Herdsman, left corner three. Good. Porter from deep. And Emery has opened up a 9-5 lead as we near the midway point in the opening quarter.
And this is a time of the season where you really can't underestimate any team. You're not going to beat any of these quarterfinal teams by virtue of showing up. Everyone's here to fight. Everyone wants that coveted state title.
Russell with a bounce pass. Goes down low to Williams. Kick out. 3 ball on the way. Morgan shot in and out. No good. Offensive rebound for the Trojans. They'll get another crack at it. Driving hard to the rack. Laying it in. It's Mason Williams. High degree of difficulty shot, but he gets it to fall off of the right low block, and it's 9-7. Emery's laid down to 2. Turnover for the Spartans. And now Morgan will push ahead of the pack. Russell lays it in for 2. And we're tied 9-9. That's that Morgan defense that can make you pay in a hurry, and they just did for Emery. 9-9, and another turnover for Emery. Butler wanted to go over the top of the defense to Wes Johansson, and the pass just a little bit out of his reach.
And the nerves have taken over right now, forcing a timeout from head coach Dave Justice. I think a much needed one. It was a good call there to try and stop the play because Morgan was starting to go on a massive run.
We'll take it as well. Full time out of the court. We're tied 9-9. 3:21 left in the first quarter when we return.
Clean Cut Roofing and Siding.
Do you sell lightsaber chopsticks?
No.
Bagpipes?
Definitely not.
Screaming goats?
What?
I thought you said you had something for everyone.
Yes, something for everyone that needs any type of new roof or siding.
Oh, so no cowbells?
No, we're roofing and siding experts, but maybe with more cowbell.
Since 2003, you get peace of mind every time with Clean Cut Roofing and Siding. CleanCutRoofingSiding.com.
JN Auto says it's time to get in the auto buying game. JN Auto is a game changer when you're looking for a new vehicle but don't want to pay the new vehicle price. By making JN Auto a part of your team, you can count on finding quality, gently used vehicles with manufacturer warranties and unbeatable prices. You just found the secret to finding the perfect vehicle. It's JN Auto. Check out their huge inventory at jnautosales.com. JN Auto in Huntington and Price.
The Spartans play here.
Braxton Butler, number 32.
Will Jeffs, number 34.
Scott Johansson, 35.
On 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
Morgan out of the timeout. Quick drive to the basket. 2 more points for Mason Williams in the paint. So the junior making his presence felt. Had a nice spin move and an easy look, and it's 11-9. Here's the press from Morgan. Emery has made 1 sub. The freshman Breck Griffin has come into the ball game, and he lost the basketball. Near turnover for Morgan. It is a turnover for Morgan. Johansson comes up with the loose ball. Emery trailing 11-9. Breck Griffin drives hard to the rack. Tons of contact, no foul. Credit great defense in the paint. And now the Trojans push the opposite direction. A lot of action out of the timeout. Crossover dribble down low. Williams with the ball and a foul called against Emery, and I believe Breck. No, they call this one on West. That's his second personal.
And West grabs the back of the jersey of Mason Williams. The ref sees that, doesn't like it one bit, and he calls that. But right now, Morgan has Emery right where they want him. They're playing at a very frantic pace, and that's causing a lot of troubles for the Spartans. They need to take a second, slow it down a little bit, because the point of that full court press and that trap pressure at the half court is to get you to speed up to make those accelerated mistakes.
2:25 left here in the first. Bounce pass now holding in the paint. Kick out right side off of the wing, and 3 in the key called against the Trojans.
And that's one of those calls, as a coach, you're okay with giving up. Test those refs and see what they're calling, because if they're not calling it, you have free reign to start camping in that paint, maybe set up a campfire, get some s'mores going. But refs look to call that one a little tighter in this contest.
11-9, Emery down 2. Emery breaks the trap. Now it's Franson with the ball cross court, goes to Scott. Scott swings it. Herdsman, head fake. Wanted to go back to Johansson, and it's intercepted by Russell. Russell gives it off. Saunders is fouled at the rack by Scott Johansson. Nice hard foul. Not allowing an easy 2-point bucket. But shots coming up now for Bracken Saunders.
And it's the kind of foul that you're okay with taking as a coach and as a player. You make them earn it at the charity stripe instead of getting the easy 2. It also sends a message that, hey, you may have got the fast break there, but we're here to play. They're playing a little Jordan rules against the Trojans right now. They get into the paint. You're trying to put them on the ground. And against a top-seeded team like Morgan, you need to send a message like that early, and the Spartans have done that in spades.
Foul shots coming for Bracken Saunders. First shot is up. It's no good off of the front iron. Again, Morgan, a very good foul shooting team, the best in 3A. When you take a look at the all-around performances throughout the season, they did not have one win, I should say, decided by less than double digits. Absolutely phenomenal. They beat American Heritage by 13. Saunders' second foul shot on the way. That one is no good. He missed the pair. And Scott Johansson with a rebound. So Emery can tie or take the lead as we get under 2 minutes here in the opening quarter. The upset-minded Spartans, definitely a game opponent so far for the Trojans. Brett Griffin tried a wraparound pass. It was kicked about 20 feet away from the basket. Emery's going to keep possession. 27 on the shot clock. And now subs coming in. A.J. Thomas will get his first run. Brett Griffin will go to the bench.
And A.J. is one of those silently really good contributors for the Spartans. He can cause a lot of noise, but does it in a very quiet manner. He doesn't draw the defense to himself, but if you leave him open, he's going to make you pay.
Cross court, Franson, 3-ball up for the lead, no good. Rebound corralled by Russell. Russell tries to force it up. Franson is back playing free safety, comes down with a pick. Emery now moving the other direction. Jukin and jiving his way up the floor. It's Herdsman stripped from behind. Another turnover. Ball picked up by Hansen for Morgan. Drives deflected at the rim by Johansson. They're going to let them play inside the paint. And then a foul called against Nathan Pace. Marks the first team foul for Morgan, which is really incredible considering the high intensity that you see from them defensively.
That was an excellent job by Scott Johansson on the block, staying straight up. That's what a lot of players struggle with, is keeping those arms straight up. They want to bring it down, send that highlight block into the third row. But when you bring that arm down even just a little bit, that's often when the refs are going to blow that whistle.
Will Jeffs tried to pass out of a double team, and the ball was knocked away by Morgan. It will stick with Emery. I think the Spartans may have caught a break. I thought it went off of Porter. But they say last touch by Hansen of Morgan, so it sticks with Emery. 1:03 on the game clock, 21 on the shot clock. Porter, cross court, gets it into Franson. Jace takes the dribble. He is trapped immediately. Goes back to Thomas. Thomas finds a sliver in the defense, floats one up, tried to go glass too hard. Rebound grab by Pace, and now the Trojans can run. They have floor to do so. Drive to the basket, shot at the rim, no good, but the putback tip is by Nathan Pace. And Morgan leads 13-9.
And in that whole half-court sequence, the ball only touched the floor once. It speaks to the ball movement and trust that these Trojans have in each other.
Way out in the dark, Herdsman, no good. Missed off of the front iron. Shot clock now turned off, and the Trojans will hold for the final shot of the quarter. 13-9, Morgan with the lead. Hansen's going to hold just above midcourt. Emery with Herdsman and Franson up top. Down low, they have Franson and Thomas, and then in the middle, Will Jeffs. Don't forget, Wes Johansson picked up 2 quick fouls here in the first quarter. Crossover dribble for Hansen, down to 7 on the shot clock. Tries to go baseline, nothing there. Now he's got to go cross court, finds Peterson. Peterson holding, puts up a prayer at the buzzer, no good off of the back iron. And that's how we end the first quarter. Emery right there with the mighty Morgan Trojans. The score in this one, 13-9 at the end of the first quarter. The second's coming up straight ahead right here on 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Discover peace of mind with Dawn's Hometown Insurance, now even closer to home at their new location, 58 West Main Street in Price. Connect directly with friendly agents, ready to tailor a package just for you. Imagine bundling your home, auto, and life insurance, simplifying your life while maximizing savings. Experience personalized service designed to protect what matters most to you. Visit Dawn's Hometown Insurance today and feel the difference.
Drive into savings with Desert View Federal Credit Union. If your vehicle's introductory rate just expired and you're looking at a scary new payment, it's time to get to Desert View Federal Credit Union. They offer competitive refinancing options that will keep your payments manageable. Plus, the knowledgeable staff at Desert View Federal Credit Union will make the transition smooth and hassle-free. Don't let high rates speed off with your cash. Take control of your finances. Visit Desert View Federal Credit Union today.
Membership and eligibility apply. Loans on approved credit. Member NCUA.
The Spartans play here.
Wes Johansson, number 42.
Devin Rasmussen, number 40.
Jace Franson, number 11.
On 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
To get the second quarter going, Emery will come out with Porter Herdsman, A.J. Thomas, Scott Johansson, Will Jeffs, Jace Franson. Emery trails 13-9 against the Morgan Trojans. Emery's going to get the ball first. They'll move left to right off of the radio dial, and Scott Johansson will inbound from the side.
And it's paramount they get off to a good start in the second quarter. You've hung with them so far.
Turnover on the inbounds pass. Morgan looking to extend an 8-0 run. Right side, it's Russell. Russell cross-court pass. He finds Peterson. Ball movement superb. And a three-point jumper knocked down by Colton Acey.
And Acey is one of those players, he will make you pay if you leave him beyond the arc. Averaging 14.5 points per game, he is a menace when it comes to scoring.
That's an 11-0 run for Morgan. Thomas head fake from deep. Kills his dribble, goes back to Johansson. Now back to Thomas. Suffocating defense and a foul called against Morgan. First team foul with 7:27 to play in the second.
Now, last time these two teams played, going into the halftime break, it was 30-25 in favor of in favor of Morgan. The second half is what did the Spartans in. They put up a combined 15 points in quarters 3 and 4. They need to have a balanced effort throughout this game if they want to hang with the top-seeded Trojans.
Wes Johansson and Braxton Butler come back into the game. Will Jeffs and Scott Johansson go to the bench. Thomas, hesitation, 15 feet, kick to the corner, no one's home. Ball out of bounds, another turnover for Emery.
Miscommunication there. He was expecting to find Braxton Butler in the corner, but he was playing more on the low block on the right side. Just you can't have a mental error like that happen, especially in the midst of a massive Trojan run.
It was 9-5 Emery at 16-9 Morgan. 7 minutes to play here in the first half. Top of the key, drive, stop, pop from 15, good. Morgan again, Jake Hansen for 2, and it's 18-9. They've doubled up the Spartans. And a near turnover midcourt. It will be a turnover. We have a jump ball. Emery is having a difficult time just getting the ball across the mid-stripe line.
It's a very effective trap that the Trojans are running. That 1-2-2 really sets them up nicely. It baits you into a false sense of security initially, but as they start getting more and more steals off of you, it really shakes your confidence. You're starting to overthink each dribble as you bring the ball down the floor, and that plays right into the hands of Morgan.
Into the high post, Saunders kick out, three-point shot. Morgan a rare miss. Rebound to A.J. Thomas. Thomas may have gotten away with the travel. Gives the ball up now to Jace. Jace, triple team, tried to go baseline, was shoved out of bounds. Foul called against the Trojans. Colton Acey, the guilty party.
And normally you're used to seeing those double teams as a player approaches the corner, but a triple team, that's a lot of pressure to try and pass out of. He does a good job maintaining his composure, baits the foul out of Morgan, and they get rewarded with a baselines out of bounds opportunity.
Scott Johansson comes in for Porter Herdsman. So Coach Justice trying to keep some fresh bodies out there on the floor. A.J. Thomas drives baseline. Triple team. Kick out to Beebe. Top of the key. Takes 2 dribbles. Goes to Jace. Left side. Franson now off of the right side. Penetrates in. Floats one up. No good. Got a clean look. Couldn't convert. Wes Johansson with a hustle play. Tips out the loose ball. Emery will get another crack at it. A.J. Thomas for 3. Good. A.J. Thomas from deep. And that's exactly what Emery needed.
He absorbs a lot of contact in the process of that shot, too. Could have turned into a 4-point play, but if you're the Spartans right now, you'll settle for 3. Any opportunity to try and get some points back on the board.
Morgan gets 2 right back. Bracken Saunders from 14. And it's 20-12. Emery down by 8. Thomas brings it up, goes to West. West from 17. Kicks left corner. Scott Johansson gets the 3 away, rushed it. Shot's no good off the back iron. Rebound to Hansen for Morgan. And now the Trojans will push the opposite direction. Kick left side, triple on the way, no good. Rebound to Braxton Butler. So Emery got the stop. We'll see if they can make Morgan pay on the other end. Thomas Goes into the left corner, kills his dribble, swarmed, cross court to Franson. He'll try a three. He's way off the mark. Rebound to A.J. Thomas. Shot clock did not reset. Scott goes down to West. West in trouble underneath the basket. Shot no good.
And it's a hard situation he found himself in. He has 3 defenders on him. He can't pass out. He's already used his dribble. He has to put up something.
Saunders with a brick from the right wing. So now both teams struggling from beyond the arc. Emery back in control of the ball. Thomas gets in the paint, lost it, able to recover. Kick out to Franson for 3. Jace no good yet again. And we have a timeout taken by Morgan. So off the miss by Jace, I'll say it was the first time he was able to actually set his feet. The Morgan defense has been swarming. 30-second timeout, 4:40 to play. In the first half, let's pause for 30 seconds. We're back right after this.
Imagine a smooth, hassle-free journey to the front door of your new home with the Driggs Mortgage Team guiding you every step of the way. Hi, this is Greg Driggs. Our seasoned experts understand the ins and outs of home financing and refinancing. Come visit us at our new permanent address, 8 East Main in Price, where we plan to be a staple for years to come. Start your journey today. Call 801-427-3577. The Driggs Mortgage Team, NMLS number 272076, Equal Housing Opportunity. Driggs Mortgage Team is a DBA of Premier Mortgage Resources, LLC, NMLS 1169.
The Spartans play here.
Porter Citrid, number 4.
Mason Trout, number 30. Peyton Nelson, number 22.
On 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
The 5 back out on the floor for Emery out of the timeout. A.J. Thomas and Porter Herdsman up top. Down low, Braxton Butler and Scott Johansson, and Will Jeffs is in the middle. I will say that West has taken a beating so far. It's physical Morgan group.
Every time he gets the ball in his hands, he's being crashed on by 3 defenders. Yeah. He's getting nothing easy today, and that really plays against Emery.
Hasn't really gotten the whistle to go his direction either. Trojan basketball, holding off the left wing, gets pace. Bounce pass goes up top to Saunders. Saunders now finds his man. Left side, it's Hanson. Back to Saunders. Saunders goes baseline. Williams thought about the 15-footer. Instead, Morgan's going to reset. Very patient offense, and it pays off out of the left corner. Colton Acey for 3, and it's 23-12 Morgan.
And when you watch Morgan go, the ball rarely touches the ground. They're very fluid in their style of play. They pass it with ease, and they just wait until the shot clock ticks down until they can get the best shot possible.
Thomas tries a right wing 3. He missed off of the back iron. Rebound to the Trojans. Morgan with their first double-digit lead of the ball game. Acey. Now into the high post, Saunders kick out. Acey will try another 3, and he's got another. Then it's 26-12 Morgan.
And Acey's feeling it right now. That's dangerous for the Spartans. They need to get something going, some kind of response on the offensive side of things, or else this one's going to run away from them.
West in the paint, kicks left, goes corner, 3-ball, up, no good. A miss by Scott. That ball bounced all around the rim. Butler able to fight off the offensive rebound. And now a stop and pop from 17. Herdsman no good.
And until that ball goes into the bottom of the basket, Emery just really struggling offensively. They need to see that ball hit the bottom of the net at least once, and then they can start building off that.
This is a 21-3 run by the Trojans, who have got to be the front runner to win the state championship based off the way the regular season went down. Trying to get it inside. Braxton Butler, hustle play, tips it. However, Morgan's going to maintain possession. 10 on the shot clock. Saunders drives. Shot no good. Never hit the rim. And a foul on the ground called against Emery. So the Trojans will get a fresh 35.
And they take that let them play mentality, but at a point you do need to blow that whistle and settle things down, because you got to remember, these are high schoolers. They are going to get into it if you let them. If you let those emotions flare, then they're going to really make this a chaotic game.
Subs coming in now for the Spartans. Brett Griffin, Wes Johansson, Jace Franson, Scott Johansson, and Porter Herdsman, the new 5. Saunders to inbound for Morgan. Tried to go up high. Brett comes down with a steal. 26-12, Morgan with the lead. Emery pushes. Herdsman, left corner, goes cross court to Franson. Franson wants to find the cutter in the paint. That's Westy, and the ball is picked by Saunders. Numbers favor Morgan 3-on-2. Saunders' shot at the rim is off the mark. Gets his own rebound. Goes back up. Shot no good. Credit Scott with terrific interior defense.
That was a great job by Scott, staying straight up, impacting every shot at the rim.
Herdsman out of the left corner, stepped out of bounds. Scott with a great court vision, found Porter in the corner. Right idea, just steps on the sideline and Another turnover. The ball goes back to Morgan. It's been a struggle for Emery since taking that 9-5 lead.
It's a part of that added challenge that they have to face, having 2 3-point lines on the floor. Sometimes you start edging out to that college 3-point line, and it gives you a lot less space to operate with than you're used to, and that leads to some of those unfortunate out-of-bounds steps.
Yeah, there's no doubt that plays a factor. Shot from 12, no good. Emery with a rebound. Herdsman dribbled off his foot and then grabbed the loose ball. However, he had to reach, and he made enough contact with Peterson to knock him down to the ground. Foul called against Emery, so it goes back to the Trojans.
And there's some frustration mounting on the floor for the Spartans. You can see it in their faces. They're upset that ball's not going in and that they just haven't been playing to the level they expected to defensively.
Hansen with the ball. He directs traffic as we are under 2 to play in the first half. High post. Russell. Kick out. Finds Hansen. Back to Russell. Wants to go inside. Poked away by Johansson. Breck picks it up. Breck gives it off. Running down, Franson, baseline jumper, no good. Gets his own rebound and puts it in for 2. Jace has 4 now in the ball game, and that will halt the scoring drought for Emery. They trail 26-14.
I think that was a much-needed basket for Franson. Being able to see that can build his confidence from there and really serve as a building block as they approach the end of the first half and go into the second.
Foul called against Scott Johansson. Emery trying to match the intensity of the Trojans.
And it's hard to do when Morgan, not only do they play intense, but they play very disciplined defensively.
They do.
And Emery just not used to bringing that intensity with that level of discipline. It leads to a lot of reach-in fouls, some bump-in fouls.
3-point shot on the way, no good. A miss by Morgan. Peterson had the miss off of the right wing. Breck with the ball, trying to go coast to coast. The freshman in foul and 1. Well, there's a glimpse into the future. Brett Griffin takes it coast to coast, fakes the pass to the right corner, goes up, draws the foul, and lays it in for 2 to make it 26-16.
And when Breck shows glimpses like that, you can see that why he's playing as a freshman. He's someone who can cause a lot of damage, and when he can get the going, he really gets going.
Trying to finish off the and 1. Shot is no good. It's the first foul shot for Emery.
And having it come with a minute left in the second half, it speaks to how this game has been officiated so far and how disciplined the Trojans have played.
26-16, second quarter, turnover. Herdsman with the steal top of the key. Emery not going away. Franson to Porter. Head fake, step up, 3-point shot, knocks it down. The second 3 of the half from Porter Herdsman, and Emery is back within 8, 26-18.
And they're going to say he towed the line. They're only giving him 2 on that one.
Oh, my goodness.
Still, it's good to see the ball find that basket because Emery finally pushing it back to single digits.
26-18, Emery down by 8. There's a 4-second differential between the shot and the game clock. Franson and Porter up at the top of the key. Right side holding. Peterson. 3, did not get it off in time. Shot clock violation. There's 2.7 left on the game clock. They got to put more back on.
And that was a rare wasted possession from the Trojans. Normally you see them get something open, but the Emery defense, you got to give them credit. They have ratcheted down in the waning moments of this first half, looking to make some noise into the second. A basket here, that makes it a much more manageable affair heading into the locker room.
4.3 seconds put back on the clock. Devin Rasmussen comes in. He'll inbound the ball from the side, gets it into Porter. Porter. Lob over the top to Franson. Jace is not going to get the shot off in time. And that's the way the first half comes to an end.
It was good defense by the Trojans. They drape over Jace like a blanket. They figure the ball's going to be flying his way. And it does go his way, but they can't get the shot off as time expires. Great defensive pressure, as it has been the story throughout this first half. Morgan takes a 26-18 halftime lead.
13-9 at the end of the first quarter, 13-9 in the second quarter, and that takes us to 26-18 at the break. Emery does, however, put together a mini run to get back into this game. They went on a huge scoring drought. It was a 21-3 run. for the Morgan Trojans. But Emery closes out that first half to cut it back down to 8, 26-18. Coming up, halftime report brought to you by Dr. Kelly at Castle Valley Orthodontics. It's the 3A state tournament, and Emery trails 26-18. We're back with more right after this.
You can have a healthy, beautiful smile at any age. Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Cowley, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. Treatment is a viable option for almost any adult. And like kids, adults can experience the self-assurance that comes with a confident smile, along with the benefits of improved oral health. Come in for a free consultation and see how Castle Valley Orthodontics can get you on your way to a beautiful smile. Affordable payment plans are available. Call 637-2222 for a free consultation today.
My son and daughter both play sports, a lot of sports, and with that can come injuries, bruises, sprains, and unfortunately breaks. That's why we use Eastern Utah Imaging. They're a convenient and local option for imaging and an important part of a student-athlete's team.
Eastern Utah Imaging for high-quality, affordable MRI and X-ray services. Many quick scans take 30 minutes or less. You can call for an appointment or ask your doctor to refer you to Eastern Utah Imaging. North Fairgrounds Road in Price. Call 636-X-ray. That's 636-9729.
Hey there, food lovers. It's Bill Hicks from Farlano's Cafe, your new favorite spot for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Whether you're craving a hearty omelet, a fresh salad, our golden curly fries, or our mouth-watering pastas, we've got you covered. And we're open 7 days a week. So come on down to Farlano's Cafe, where every meal is a celebration. Remember, it's where the locals eat. Visit us at Farlano's, where great food and great company come together. See you soon.
How well do algorithms answer your questions?
Your specific query will be addressed with a pre-written, standardized reply.
When you need help with life's important decisions like life insurance, home and auto coverage, and even retirement planning, rely on relationships, not robots. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
In the Castle Country, call your local Farm Bureau agent, Jill Jensen, at 637-8400 for a free quote today.
You can have a healthy, beautiful smile at any age. Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Cowley, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. Treatment is a viable option for almost any adult. And like kids, adults can experience the self-assurance that comes with a confident smile, along with the benefits of improved oral health. Come in for a free consultation and see how Castle Valley Orthodontics can get you on your way to a beautiful smile. Affordable payment plans are available. Call 637-2222 for a free consultation today.
The Spartans play here on 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
Halftime here at Utah Valley University, the UCCU Center. Second game of the day, number 1 Morgan, number 9 Emery. And at the break, Morgan holds a 26-18 lead. Aiden, your assessment of the first half here on the halftime report brought to you by Dr. Cowley and his staff at Castle Valley Orthodontics.
Well, the defense from the Trojans has been relentless, Jordan. It has been a nightmare to try and gain any separation from a very sticky Morgan defense. They run a 1-2-2 trap at the half court. And early in the game, that gave Emery a lot of fits. They were trying to speed up the ball, beat that press, but that's exactly what Morgan wanted them to do. Led to a lot of turnovers from the Spartans. But midway through the second quarter, they seemingly figured that out, and they went on a little run of their own, cutting it from a double-digit deficit all the way down to an 8-point affair into the halftime break. One thing I've loved what the Spartans have done defensively, though, is their game plan going against Bracken Saunders. Saunders normally averages 18.5 points a game. So far today, he's been held to just 4. But they do need to shore up that perimeter pressure because Colton Acey has been torching the Spartans from beyond the arc. He's got 9 going into the locker room.
Let's take a look at the first half stats here for the Spartans. Really, when you go down and you look at the way they scored, there was some balance. 5 points from Porter Herdsman. Thought he would have 6. They say he had his foot on the line. You called it out. When you got the college line and the high school line, it can get a little bit confusing. But Porter in that first half with 5 points. 4 points from Jace Franson. 4 points from Wes Johansson. 3 from A.J. Thomas. 2 from Brett Griffin. Scott Johansson was held scoreless in that first half. You think Morgan watched the tape from the American Heritage game?
That's got to be the case. When you have a kid who goes on for 26 points and 17 points in the third quarter, you're probably going to be keying on him a little bit. Now, he has had a few open three-point attempts, just hasn't been able to convert on those. But then again, not many people haven't been able to this game. The three-point line has been haunting both of these teams with the exception of Colton Acey, but the game has been won in the perimeter play and from the mid-range, and Morgan excels in their mid-range game, and when they miss those, they're getting second, third, sometimes four chances at the basket. An adjustment I'd like to see Coach Justice make coming into the second half of play is a little more pressure on the glass. That's where Morgan has really done most of the damage.
Emery shot 34% from the field in the first half. Morgan shot 36%. Not a huge discrepancy. Here's a difference maker right here. Emery 2 of 11 from deep. That's 18%. Morgan on the flip side, 3 of 9. That's 33%. And really, when you take a look at the score, yeah, it's 26-18. 2 more makes from beyond the arc, another make from beyond the arc. And then you take a look at the turnovers, which is also in Morgan's favor. They are +3 in the turnover category. They're +6 in the offensive rebound category. That's where they have this advantage.
Yeah, you can't lose those battles and expect to win a basketball game. Coming into the second half, Emery needs to limit those offensive glass opportunities. They really need to be careful on turnovers. At times, they get caught up in a frantic pace. Morgan goes on a run, and they're trying their best to try and go blow for blow with the top-seeded Trojans. But at the same time, you have to really be patient offensively. This isn't a team that you can rush against, or else you're going to be turning the ball over time and time again, and Morgan has shown that throughout this game.
We are about 3 minutes away from the second half, off and rolling here on the Castle Valley Orthodontics Halftime Report. Remember, you can call Dr. Daniel Kelly today for a free consultation, 637-2222. It's Emery High School basketball here on 107.3 FM and 750 AM, and right now they trail Morgan 26-18 in the quarterfinals of the 3A state tournament. We're back in just a moment here on 107.3 FM, 750 AM, also on our YouTube channel, Castle Country Radio Emery.
You can have a healthy, beautiful smile at any age. Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Kelly, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. Treatment is a viable option for almost any adult, and like kids, adults can experience the self-assurance that comes with a confident smile, along with the benefits of improved oral health. Come in for a free consultation and see how Castle Valley Orthodontics can get you on your way to a beautiful smile. Affordable payment plans are available. Call 637-2222 for a free consultation today.
Discover the strength and beauty of Flawless Sheeting's metal siding and roofing solutions. Designed to endure and crafted to conserve energy, the products offered by Flawless Sheeting ensure your home not only looks good, but feels good too. Plus, they come with a 40-year warranty. Enjoy superior durability and enhanced comfort year-round with new roofing from Flawless Sheeting. Ready to upgrade? Call Flawless Sheeting at 636-7300 and elevate the way you live.
It's fun! It's our favorite place.
Strike up family fun for everyone. Gateway Lanes. Families that play together stay together. And Gateway Lanes is your center for fun, cold beer, snacks, and great food. So let Gateway Lanes do the cooking with open and league bowling year-round and Club Bowl Thursday night, 9 till 11:30, with unlimited bowling including shoes. Since 1989, Helper's Hometown Bowling Center, Gateway Lanes, South Main Street in historic Helper, and bowlhelper.com. Let's roll.
It's time you started working close to home. GMS Mine Repair and Maintenance is looking for experienced miners, mechanics, electricians, and surveyors to fill local jobs. Stop traveling every week and let GMS Mine Repair and Maintenance find you a job closer to home and your family. No more leaving your family every week traveling to a work site. There are good paying jobs right here close to home, and GMS Mine Repair and Maintenance can help you get started today. Email your resume to kbarker@gmsminerepair.com. Your new job close to home is waiting for you.
You can have a healthy, beautiful smile at any age. Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Kelly, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. Treatment is a viable option for almost any adult, and like kids, adults can experience the self-assurance that comes with a confident smile, along with the benefits of improved oral health. Come in for a free consultation and see how Castle Valley Orthodontics can get you on your way to a beautiful smile. Affordable payment plans are available. Call 637-2222 for a free consultation today.
The Spartans play here.
Champ Justice, number 1. Porter Hertzman, number 21.
Mo Stilson, number 25.
On 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
Possession arrow is going to be in favor for Emery as we get set for the second half. Right now, Morgan 26, Emery 18. Winner of this game will move on tomorrow to square off with the Juab Wasps. Whoever comes out on the losing side of the scoreboard will dip down into the consolation bracket. And tomorrow at around 12, we'll meet South Summit. We'll get you the official start time for either side. Regardless of where we're at, we will be here throughout the early portions of the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, different than that traditional Thursday, Friday, Saturday for the state tournament. But the score right now, 26-18, Morgan with the lead. Emery's going to get the ball first. They'll move right to left now on the radio dial.
And it is a little strange that we're playing this on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Definitely a different feel here in the UCCU Center. I mean, students not really used to this date change either. I mean, looking at the Emery student section, just kind of dwindling today.
Yeah, not like it typically is. It is Monday, that is for sure. Emery with the basketball. Starting five comes out. Porter Herdsman and Jace Franson along with Braxton Butler and Scott and Wes Johansson. West with the basketball. Back to the basket. Backing down Williams. Gets into the paint. Spin move. Fights through. Tons of contact. Foul and one. West goes right into the gut of Mason Williams. Fights through and has a chance for a three-point play.
And that's how you want to start the second half. You were out physicaled in the first. You want to come out, send a message, and West is just that. A chance for 3 points the old-fashioned way.
West's and one is up and in. Emery, 1 of 2 at the line. Wes Johansson with 7 points in the ball game, and it's 26-21. So the Spartans have put together a nice little mini run of their own. 3-point shot, AC, no good. A rare miss for him. There's a push down low by the basket, and they're going to say the ball was out of bounds, last touched by Morgan. Nathan Pace, he got away with a foul, did not get away with a touch. And Emery can make this a one-score game with 7:24 to play in the third.
I think seeing that first shot of the half fall is going to serve as a massive confidence boost for the Spartans. They just need to build off that. Brick by brick, they can win this game.
Herdsman brings it up, gets the ball across half court, gives it out to Johansson. Tough matchup for him. Saunders rides him all the way around the perimeter, and then the whistle is called. And so Bracken Saunders, again, just a junior, really use him in a variety of different ways on both sides of the floor. He picks up the personal foul. It's 2 team fouls for Morgan here in the first 40 seconds. Herdsman goes into the backcourt to Johansson. Scott across half court, triple team, passes out, finds Herdsman. Herdsman wants to go to Franson. Franson is in the paint. Kick out back to Porter, now to West. West tips the ball around, able to come back down with it. Kick out to Scott. Hesitation, step in, shot from 6, no good. Missed over the top of the rim and a rebound to Saunders.
I like the relentless hustle from the Spartans on that offensive possession. Didn't go their favor, but they didn't give up.
Morgan really making Emery work offensively. There's no time for rest. Turnover for the Trojans, trying to go inside the restricted area. Out on the floor here at the UCCU Center. They turn it over. Franson for 3, no good. Nearly banked it in. Just a smidge higher, it would have banked. Hard off of the back iron. Foul on the opposite end. Shot by Pace is no good, but he draws the foul, and if that's on West, that's his third. And fortunately, they call it on Franson.
Yeah, dodging a bullet. As a center, you got to avoid that foul trouble, especially when you're a center who the offense runs through, like West.
The shot is good, so it's 27-21. Pace will have one more.
And they're getting better offensive looks to start the second half, but they do need to just slow it down a little bit. Set yourself, take what the defense allows you, which right now, unfortunately, isn't much.
Pace knocks down the second, 28-21. It's a 7-point game. Emery trails. Franson to Johansson, open 3, no good. Rebound by Butler, falling out of bounds, he saves it. Gives it back to Scott. Now to Franson, head fake off the wing, kick out to Porter. 3 ball up, no good, missed it to the left. Was a clean look. Rebound to Franson. Emery will have a third chance. Scott goes to Porter. Another 3. This one is just short. Another rebound. Scott Johansson puts it up. Shot is blocked in the paint. Rebound to West. Emery will have a 4th chance. Porter fakes left, goes right, gives it now to Scott. Scott tripped, lost the ball. Loose on the ground, and we may have a jump. We do. Possession to Morgan.
It's like watching a team of Dennis Rodmans out there, Jordan. They are rebounding with such great efficiency, they just can't find the basket. That was the problem. You have 5 chances at the rim before Morgan's able to tie it up. You need someone to ignite that spark offensively. You're getting good looks. They're just not falling. It may be due to the free throw line, maybe the gravity of the moment in the state quarterfinals. But Emery, they're getting the looks. They just can't get them to fall.
28-21. Morgan now back in control. They have possession, moving left to right. A.J. Thomas has come in. Braxton Butler will go to the bench. Open 3 ball on the way. Morgan a miss. Thomas had the rebound, and then he had it stripped from behind by Saunders. To AC. AC moves in and knocks it down from 13 feet. 30-21.
And the story of this game is going to be Colton AC, up to 11 points. He had 9 in the first half, up to 11 now. He's been the one doing the damage for Morgan.
He's been a problem. Johansson, Scott to Porter. Another open perimeter look. This one was halfway down, it rims out. Tussle for the ball down low. Johansson comes up with it. Able to wrestle it away to Franson for 3, no good. Emery right now falling in love with a long ball, and it hasn't been kind. Rebound to Morgan. They push it ahead to Saunders, and he's able to go all the way in for a 2-hand slam. 32-21, first dunk of the tournament, and a 30-second timeout called by Morgan.
And you talk about making a statement. Bracken Saunders throwing it down with authority on the fast break. Those are the kind of plays that really demoralize a team. It's hard to come back when the energy's swinging in Morgan's favor like that.
Emery started off by scoring the first 3 points of the second half. But since, Morgan has put together a 6-0 run of their own.
I'm not going to lie, Jordan. When they got that first 3 points to fall, I felt like this was a new Emery team. When they're coming out rejuvenated in the second half, we were going to see an offensive explosion. But right now, they've fallen in love with the 3-ball, and it's just not doing them any favors. Yes, it's a quick way to try and claw back into this game, but at the same time, if you're not making it, you need to do something to build your confidence first. Get inside, get a drive going. Just see that ball fall through the basket once, because right now just no confidence really coming behind those shots.
Well, they've had some open looks. Porter's last 3 was halfway down before it rimmed out.
I think that was a case of being a little too wide open. You get into your own head. You're your own biggest enemy in that situation. And right now, that's been the story for the Spartans.
32-21. It's still only an 11-point game. Wes Johansson with the ball, back to the basket, spin, kick out, finds Scott, corner 3, good, Scott Johansson. It was only a matter of time before Scott gets going, and he pops in a shot out of the left corner, 32-24. We've played to an even 6-6 here in the third with 4:11 to go. Saunders, beautiful pass from 15, and he finds Mason Williams in the restricted area. He jumps, he throws it down with 2 hands, so back-to-back dunks for Morgan. And it's 34-24. West had the ball stripped. Excellent defensive play by Hansen. Hansen with the basketball. Crossover dribble. Kicks it right corner. 3-ball. AC banks it in. And it's 37-24. He banked it in from the right corner.
And AC looks down at his hand after the shot falls, and I can't blame him. Something magical's happened right there.
Franson passed up the open 3, kicks it back cross court to Porter. Porter goes to Johansson. Kick to Thomas for 3, no good. West tips it out. Emery will get another opportunity. Scott for 3, no good. Rebound to A.J. Thomas. To Porter. Porter head fake. Goes to Jace. He'll try a 3, no good. Rebound to West. Foul, shot no good, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
And when you look at the perimeter shots, every player is towing behind the black line, not the high school line. That's definitely serving in Emery's disadvantage. They're not used to shooting from that distance. They're used to the much closer high school line, and it's really hurting their three-point shooting ability.
First shot for West is good at the line. He's 2 of 2. He's got 4 here in the second half. He's got 8 for the game.
And West has been the catalyst for this offense. They're passing the ball to him in the high to mid post, and he's trying to operate, kick out to open shooters on the perimeter, but sometimes he just has to get the job done himself like he just did.
Knocks down the second as well. Make that a perfect 3 of 3. Emery comes out at 2-2-1, and Brett Griffin comes up with a steal. Breck to Thomas. Thomas blocked at the rim by Russell. Wanted the foul, didn't get it. Coach Justice wanted it as well. Morgan, they have numbers. AC for three, no good. Long miss. A.J. Thomas is there for the rebound, and A.J. had the ball knocked away. He's in trouble with it. Reach-in foul called against Brody Peterson. And that is the fourth team foul for Morgan. So foul shots for the remainder of the quarter for Emery with 2:44 to play in the third.
Peterson does the classic "what did I do" to DeMarcus Cousins gesture. Well, you can't really wrap up like a blanket.
Scott goes to A.J. One dribble back to Scott. Wanted to go to the corner. The ball was tipped out of bounds by Morgan. It'll stick with Emery. 23 on the shot clock. Jace Franson got his blow, and he's back in.
And miscommunication has been the biggest problem for the Spartans. Outside of those shots not falling, they're looking to pass to the corner when players are cutting down to the low block. It's just unsustainable. You're not going to get bailed out every time like they have been this game. You got to make something happen.
Franson gets the ball into Johansson off of the left low block. Kick out to Breck. Breck to Jace for three. No good. Emery just cannot convert from deep, and that miss leads to 2 points on the other end for AC.
And AC was looking for a foul on that one. There was a lot of contact. Ref decides not to blow his whistle, but AC has been dominant. He's up to 16 in the contest.
39-26. Thomas directing traffic. Nothing there. Has to go back now to Franson. Jace goes back to A.J. Thought about the pull-up three. Now goes into the high post, and Breck was shoved. He'll go to the line to shoot two as Morgan is out of fouls to give.
And watching Morgan's defense now, it looks a lot more sloppy than it did in the first half. A lot less discipline being played. They're playing physical, but they're not playing smart. They're hammering the Emery players at any given opportunity, at times looking like a car crash in slow motion.
39-26. Morgan with the lead over Emery. 1:49 to play in the third. Breck at the stripe. First shot is up. It is no good. He is 0 for 2 at the line. Will Jeffs will check back into the game. Wes Johansson will go to the bench.
And it's one of those lessons in life. You need to take what's free. Free throws are one of those aspects of the game where you really need to be on key with those. You're not going to pass up anything free. Why do it at the charity stripe?
Breck missed the second. He's 0 for 3. So Emery 3 for 6 at the line. 39-26. Morgan with the lead and the ball. Peterson goes to Saunders. Finds the cutter. It's Russell. They're going to kick back out, reset the offense. Right as I say that, a three-point shot up, and this is an air ball that will bounce out of bounds. Peterson missed everything.
And, that's what Emery needed right there. They needed some form of a defensive stop. Now they can start trying to worm their way back into this game. But they haven't done themselves any favors. Their inability to shoot the three-point ball today just really hasn't played in their offensive favor.
Griffin. Kick to Thomas. Thought about the three. Puts it on the ground. He's immediately trapped. Has to lob it up. Goes glass for two. A.J. Thomas, somewhat of a wizard with the basketball in his hands. He got skinny in between two defenders. Got caught from 15. Has to lob it up. Draws glass for two. And it's 39-28. Saunders in the paint. Gets 2 points right back for Morgan. Well, they're attacking the zone for Emery. And it's 41-28. Highest scoring quarter of the game for either team. Thomas thought about the three, drives in, nothing there. 15, kick out, pass intercepted by Saunders. He's living on the perimeter in, let's see what they call here. He was in transition, shot at the rim was no good. Then we had a putback dunk by Russell. They waved that off, and Saunders will go to the line to shoot two.
There really was no win in that situation for the Spartans. You're either getting the foul, they're getting the transition layup in an and one, or they get the putback dunk if no whistle's blown. Just really a trifecta of pain for the Spartans.
First shot for Saunders is good. 42-28. That matches the largest lead of the game now for Morgan. Devin Rasmussen will come in for the final 39 seconds of the quarter. Scott Johansson will get a breather.
It's just not the game offensively Emery would have wanted. Their defense has looked good for a bulk of the game, but their offense just hasn't been able to match.
Second shot for Saunders is also good. Makes it 43-28. Full court pressure being applied. Emery's got to get the ball across the line. And Coach Justice calls timeout.
And that was a wise move because situationally the Spartans just weren't aware. They had 2 seconds to get it, and they were still meandering about 5 feet beyond that 10-second line. Just not a good showing at the end of this third quarter from the Spartans. It's really hard to see when that pressure is coming from Morgan. The Spartans have struggled to break it all evening.
Emery closed out the second quarter with a little bit of momentum. Started the third quarter with a true positive, but since then it's kind of been dominated by Morgan.
And it's the three-point shot. They keep going back to him time and time again, but they're just not falling for the Spartans. It's hard to win a game when you're shooting yourself out of it.
For sure. For sure. 43-28, 29.2 remaining in the third. Emery will have the ball. Out of the timeout, Brett Griffin will inbound.
And you need a break pretty quickly here.
AJ with the ball out of the backcourt. He's able to get across the half-court line. Nearly stripped, able to regain possession. He is trapped in a world of trouble. Gives it to Will Jeffs, now to Franson. Jay strives and has his shot sent into the third row.
That ball nearly landed in a tuba in the band. That was a dominant rejection by Morgan. But then again, their defense has been what's really brought them to this point. They hold teams to an average of 49 points per game, and right now they have the Spartans under 30.
Franson, open three, no good, and a charge is called on Emery off the illegal screen that freed Franson open. Only the third team foul for Emery, so a turnover with 11 seconds to go.
And right now, searching for positives, that's one of them. The Spartans have played a very disciplined third quarter of basketball. They're not committing many fouls. And the ones they have committed have been very smart fouls, limiting transition opportunities for the Trojans.
Morgan will run it up. Hansen to Saunders. Beautiful feed, and that leads to an easy two-point bucket for Mason Williams to close out the third quarter. And Morgan has opened up a 45-28 lead. There was some signs of life from Emery early, but Morgan doing everything they can to close the show and advance to the semifinals. Fourth quarter coming up. Trojans 45, Emery 28 when we return.
J&D Automotive in Castledale and River Auto in Green River has been your trusted neighbors for 40 years, offering expert automotive parts and service right in the heart of Emery County. Thanks to a great partnership with Napa, you get dependable parts and a team that knows your car inside out. Whether you're in for a routine checkup or need of a major repair, J&D Automotive is close to home and ready to help. Visit J&D Automotive today and experience the difference of local care with big brand quality.
Looking for a great meal? Juniper has you covered with delicious pizza, pasta, burgers, sandwiches, and fresh salads. Juniper is open Tuesday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Saturdays from 12 to 8 p.m. Whether dining in or ordering out, Juniper makes it easy. Order through DoorDash for quick delivery straight to your door. From lunch to dinner, Juniper serves up flavorful meals the whole family will love. Stop by and see why Juniper is the perfect place for your next meal. Great food, great atmosphere every time.
The Spartans play here.
Braxton Butler, number 32.
Will Jeffs, number 34.
Scott Johansson, 35.
On 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
Spartans are going to need some magic here in the fourth quarter. They trail Morgan 45-28. Emery ball, they'll move right to left off of the dial. And the starting five will make its way back out onto the floor. It's that suffocating Morgan defense. Can you play that style of ball 3 consecutive days to win a state championship?
It's going to be hard to, but they have shown they're in very good shape. But, yeah, it's hard keeping up that in defensive pressure for 3 straight days, trying to win 3 straight games against some of the top teams in the state.
Franson was blocked by Williams, and so an empty possession for Emery to get the fourth quarter rolling. Out of the high post, kick out, 3 ball. Peterson, no good. He's been cold from beyond the arc. Franson goes sky high for the defensive rebound, had it knocked away, but Scott Johansson is there to pick it up. There's that suffocating defense again, and Emery's got to take another timeout to avoid the 10-second violation. A full timeout on the floor. Let's take it with them. 7:20 to play in the game. Morgan leads 45-28. It's a quarterfinal showdown here in Orem at Utah Valley. We're back in just a moment.
JN Auto says it's time to get in the auto buying game. JN Auto is a game changer when you're looking for a new vehicle but don't want to pay the new vehicle price. By making JN Auto a part of your team, you can count on finding quality, gently used vehicles with manufacturer warranties and unbeatable prices. You just found the secret to finding the perfect vehicle. It's JN Auto. Check out their huge inventory at jnautosales.com. JN Auto in Huntington and Price.
You're looking for somewhere you could be proud to work. Komatsu is looking for you. Komatsu is a leading manufacturer of construction, mining, forestry, and industrial heavy equipment. Komatsu currently has openings for seasoned welders, journeyman electricians, and MSHA certified electricians, as well as master machinists. At Komatsu, not only will your skills be rewarded with competitive wages, but you'll also enjoy benefits like a robust 401k plan. Grow with Komatsu. Go to komatsu.com or call Tanner at 636-6150.
The Spartans play here.
Wes Johansson, number 42.
Devin Rasmussen, number 40. Jace Franson, number 11.
On 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
45-28, Morgan over Emery. 7:21 left in the fourth quarter. Emery basketball. Franson gets it into Porter Herdsman. Second meeting of the season between the two teams. Definitely a difference in the way this game has gone, although turnovers playing a factor yet again. Franson gives it up to Butler. Braxton drives. He's trapped on the baseline, trying to kick the ball out. Intercepted by Saunders. Feeds it up to Peterson. Peterson finds his man cutting in. It was AC. AC missed the dunk, but a foul is called on the ground before the dunk attempt. There's some high risers on this Trojans basketball squad. You'll see a lot of dunks, which is not necessarily common.
And the high school level, especially in Utah, you normally don't see teams that can throw the ball down like that. Morgan, the exception to that rule.
Yeah, they got about 4 or 5 that can do it. Saunders kick out. 3-point shot, no good. Long miss, rebounded by Peterson. Peterson gets it back to the corner. Another 3, no good. Morgan has not shot the ball particularly well in this game, but their defense has created plenty of offense.
Yeah, their three-point shooting hasn't been desirable, but their fast break offense has really been what's dominated this game, setting themselves up nicely on breaks, being able to throw it down like we talked about earlier, or score just on a simple layup. That's where they've made their name this game. Emery, they've kind of shot themselves out of this one. They've let the three-point ball fly, but they just haven't been able to hit it at a high clip tonight.
There's a turnover for Emery as Herdsman stepped on the sideline. Now the Trojans again, high arc. Colton Acey. He gets the teardrop to fall, 47-28. That extends Morgan's largest lead of the game as we get down to the final 6 minutes of regulation. Johansson off the right side. Scott drives. He's called for the offensive foul 15 feet away from the basket.
And the one player who has been able to shoot the three ball today from both teams has been Colton Acey. And once they started covering more closely along the perimeter, he's been doing some damage on the interior. Right now, Emery's offense just not executing at a level you'd want to see him perform at.
Scott tried to make something happen, but the charge taken 15 feet away from the basket. 2 minutes gone by in the fourth, 47-28. Walking the ball up. Sanson. To Saunders. 15 feet. No good. Got a clean look against that Emery zone. Rebound was tipped out. Now Franson had it. Full head of steam. Tried to go left corner. Ball, I believe, was tipped by Morgan. It was. It's going to stick with Emery.
And those near turnovers have been bullets dodged for the Spartans throughout the game. They've been lobbing the ball to places where their teammates aren't, and it's created a lot of havoc offensively. They haven't been able to establish any rhythm. And then when they do get something going, the defense of Morgan has just been unbeatable.
Scott Johansson in the corner. He is trapped. As soon as he touches the ball, he's got 3 guys on him. Tries to kick out from the baseline. Pass is intercepted by Saunders on the perimeter. and that will lead to 2 more points for Morgan. They are wearing down Emery. Nathan Pace comes in off the left wing for 2, 49-28. Scott Johansson gets 2 back quickly. He's got 5 for the game, 5.5, and it's 49-30 as we hit 5:20 to play in the fourth.
So right now, barring a comeback from the Spartans, it's looking like a showdown between them and South Summit tomorrow.
3-point shot. AC again. He is on fire. Putting on a show here at UVU, and it's 52-30. Morgan Franson gets 3 right back. That's Jace's first 3-point make of the game.
And the team's going back and forth. They're trading buckets, so the lead not getting any more out of hand than it already is. But Emery just really not having any opportunity to try and claw back into this one with 4 minutes remaining.
Yeah, you can't play match basketball at this time. Kickball called against Porter Herdsman. Porter was on the perimeter. Would have been a turnover for the Trojans. Instead, they'll keep possession. 4:43 to play. Braxton Butler out of the game. A.J. Thomas in. Morgan working the ball around the wing. Now to Saunders. Fading away from 15. Shots no good. Rebound down low by Pace. Foul is called on the ground. It's the third team foul for Emery. 1 more to give in the final 4:32 before foul shots.
And in a game like this, if it were closer, you'd like that foul being close to the bonus. But right now, it's serving nothing but to put more points on the board for the Trojans.
Yeah, pretty irrelevant. Morgan has not been called for a foul yet in the fourth quarter. 3-point shot. That one is good. Jake Hansen. And it's 55-33. Thomas to Franson. He'll try to get 3 back. No good.
And in a back-and-forth game, Emery has held the Trojans beneath their season average. They average about 72 points per game, but they're falling well below the points allowed by the Trojans, normally allowing 49 points a contest.
Saunders missed from 15. Long rebound to West Johansson. Numbers benefit Morgan, 3-on-1. So he gives it to the trailer, A.J. Thomas. A.J.'s triple is off the mark. West, hustle rebound, comes down with it. Gives it to Jace. Drives in the paint, good for 2. And we have another timeout taken on the floor. Timeout taken by the Trojans. 55-35, 3:43 left in this one. It is a mere formality at this point, but Emery's still battling. We'll pause for 60 seconds. We're back in just a moment.
You gonna fix that?
Fix what?
That dripping faucet?
Someday.
No, how about today? Not only is it driving me crazy, but it's wasting water, costing us money, and could turn into dry rot and other damage.
Guess we better get to Magnuson Lumber and Hardware.
Now you're talking.
Magnuson Lumber features almost 1,000 feet of plumbing accessories and supplies you need to fix your leaking faucets and pipes. Stop in today. Main Street, Castledale. Magnuson Lumber and Hardware. Family owned since 1965.
Discover the difference experience makes at Mr. Automotive in Huntington. With over 30 years dedicated to matching the perfect vehicle with the right person in Castle Country, we know a thing or two about cars and about saving you money. Thanks to our low overhead, we're able to pass incredible savings directly on to you. Drive away happy with a deal as reliable as our service. Visit Mr. Automotive today, where experience means savings and you meet your new car.
Emery Spartan basketball continues on 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
55-35. Morgan up by 20 in the final 3:43. Emery will come out in a full-court press. They still have 1 foul to give. AC, who's been a flamethrower, gives the ball up to Saunders. Bounce pass down low, and it bounces off the knee of Russell and out of bounds. Rare turnover for Morgan here in the second half. They have played flawless through about 2.5 quarters.
And that's in part due to them starting to clear out that bench. They're letting the starters get some rest because they have 2 more games to play if they want to win that state title. But right now, what we've seen tonight, you can see why they're the favorites to come away with that championship.
I think the good news is you have the tired legs. Well, you play early today, you'll play late tomorrow. So you'll get over 24 hours of rest, but you got to win 3 games in 3 days. It's never easy to do. I don't think this is the best shooting performance for Morgan outside of AC, but they have still found a way to grab a 20-point lead. Shot for Morgan, no good. Rebound is poked out of bounds Back to Emery it'll go. 3:04 on the clock. Devin Rasmussen and Will Jeffs come into the game. Wes Johansson will go to the bench. So will Jace Franson.
And you can see some of the frustration on these players' faces, and you can't blame them. This Morgan defense has been relentless, and they've caused a lot of problems for the Spartans. But right now, you need to clear your head, get your head back into the game, and then you can start moving on. You still have plenty of games to be played tomorrow, and if you win then, you have some to be played on Wednesday.
Get to that final day of the season. That's going to be the goal for sure. Devin Rasmussen is fouled on the wing. Push foul called against Ben Russell. It's the first team foul for Morgan. You know, you talked about how Morgan has played disciplined basketball today. Proof of it is the suffocating defense, and with 2:44 to play in the fourth, that's their first team foul.
It's incredible what they're able to do. They're playing relentless defense while not reaching in. Well, I was going to say not fouling on the shot, but there goes one against the Trojans.
Yeah, Scott Johansson trying to drive baseline, draws the foul, will go to the line to shoot two. Emery's 3 of 6 at the stripe. Wes Johansson will come back into the game. Scott at the line. Braxton Butler is going to come in as well. Scott's first shot is up, and it is no good.
And Emery just hasn't been the most consistent from the charity stripe this season, and it costs you sometimes. But right now, the free throw differential isn't really playing a factor. What, in my opinion, has been one of the biggest things is the reliance on the three-point shot and then turning into the over-reliance when that shot did not keep falling.
The three-point shot did fall a little over a week ago against American Heritage. Scott missed the second as well. Emery was very, very poor from the line early on in the season. Really improved that percentage late in the second half of the season. But it has reared its ugly head again here today, and a three-point shot by Ben Russell makes it 58-35. Brighton Wimpy will come into the game here for Morgan in just a moment as the bench is about to be cleared. Scott Johansson off of the right wing, takes a couple of dribbles. Step back three-point shot on the way, no good. Rebound for the Trojans. It's tipped by Russell and then falls into the hands of Hansen, who will walk it up. 2 minutes even left here in the game. And a timeout taken by the Trojans. 30-second timeout. Let's keep it here.
And that last possession from the Spartans pretty much sums up how this game has gone. They'll get an open shot. They'll have an opportunity to try and make some noise, but then just inches short or inches too strong off the back of the iron. It goes into the hands of the Trojans, who will go down and hit a three. You know, it's hard to see when the shots aren't falling like that, but you do want to see some adjustment if those shots aren't falling. You need to see a change up in the game plan when the three-point shots aren't falling. You got to find some way to get something open on the perimeter, especially when you have a team that has a trio of very dominant bigs. You got Scott, you have West, and you have Will Jeffs. Will Jeffs has been held scoreless today by the Trojans, and you know, in part it's due they apply great interior pressure. They also have a distinct height advantage for a few of these players.
Emery, as far as scoring by the quarters, 9 in the first, 9 in the second, 10 in the third, and with 1:59 to play in the fourth, they've scored 7.
And you know, it's just hard to have those low-scoring quarters. I mean, being held beneath double digits for 2 quarters in a row, it's just hard to come back from that.
Yeah, it is. There's no doubt. Out of the timeout, Emery's going to roll with Braxton Butler, Will Jeffs, Wes Johansson, Devin Rasmussen, and Jace Franson. Hansen with the ball for the Trojans. Franson's going to stick with him. Gives the ball off to Hurd. Jack Hurd getting his first run out on the floor here for the Trojans, and he turns the ball over. Trying to cut baseline. Ball goes off his hands, and back to Emery.
What really is scary about this Morgan team is you look down the roster, they have 3 seniors on this squad. So this is a team who's returning plenty of firepower next season. Yeah. So we're seeing right now is the sophomore class taking some time in the state playoffs, trying to get some experience on the varsity level. But this is a team who I wouldn't be surprised to see them if they win this year go for back-to-back.
No, they're going to be a factor for sure. West kick out, Butler down low, finds Will Jeffs, and Will's got his first bucket of the ball game.
And it's always fun watching Will play. He is a traditional back-to-the-basket big, and he's so fun when he gets going. He will bully people down in the paint.
Fadeaway shot good. That's Russell for Morgan to make it 60-37. West in the paint. Beautiful feed. Finds Will Jeffs, Will's got his second bucket consecutively. And it's 60-39.
Patience pays off. He gets defenders up into the air with the shot fake, able to finish with a nice bank shot in.
Down low, shot good. 2 more points for Nathan Pace. 45 seconds left in this one, 62-39. Morgan with the lead. Braxton Butler falls down to the ground. Foul called against Brian Wimpy.
Now, what's really shocking about the Trojans today is they only have 3 scorers in double digits. Other than that, it's been a very balanced effort from the Trojans.
Yeah, it has. They got a number of different ways they can beat you. 5-second differential between the shot and game clock. Butler with the ball off of the inbounds. Goes to West. Back to the basket from 15. Stripped from behind by Russell. Full head of steam. And Jace Franson said, "You're not going up for a dunk."
I respect that.
Absolutely. Franson ran as hard as he could down floor. And as Russell was going up for the dunk, Franson says, "No, no, no." And now a nice show of sportsmanship between the two at the foul line. Hustle play by Franson.
What I liked most about that hustle play, though, is he knocked him to the ground, but kept it from the realm of a flagrant foul. He kept a hold of him, brought him back into the padding, and just sent him to the charity stripe for a regular free throw attempt.
And Russell knocks down the first. You know, Coach Justice just looked at Jason and said, "Good job." Yeah, that's a hustle play, down 25 points. Make sure you get down floor and don't give them any highlight reel jams. It's a pride play by Franson. You got to love to see it.
It does. It takes a lot of heart to continue playing hard despite the deficit.
Butler with a bounce pass goes down low to Will. Will finds West. West turned the ball over, lost control of it, and all Morgan has to do is get the ball beyond half court, and they can run the clock out, and that's exactly what they will do. So Emery will go down into the consolation bracket. State championship hopes have come to an end, but there's still some basketball to be played here in Orem. Final score in this one, 64-39. That's a tough Morgan team. I think it's that simple, Aiden.
That is, and you know, you got to take some positives from this game. They played it much closer than their first showdown. That one was to the tune of, oh my goodness, I lost my place.
They lost this one by,
it was a 79-40 ball game last
25.
time these two teams met. So you see the improvement over the course of the season from the Spartans. So there's really a lot to be proud of. But tonight, some old habits did die hard, namely in free throw shooting and turnovers. Those plagued the Spartans throughout the afternoon, and just it's hard to bounce back when you're losing both of those categories in a very handy fashion.
Let's send it back to the studio. Coming up, the post-game wrap-up show brought to you by Eastern Utah Community Credit Union. You can turn that Visa debit card into an Emery High School Spirit card today. Real simple. Go into any of the participating branches. That's Price, Castledale, and Moab. Tell them you want your Emery High School Spirit card. They'll take that Visa debit, slap a Spartan logo on for you. It's Eastern Utah Community Credit Union bringing you the post-game wrap-up show. We'll take a look at the final stats when we return.
My son and daughter both play sports. A lot of sports.
Imagine the sound of a basketball swishing through the net at the game buzzer. That's the sound of you scoring big with Eastern Utah Community Credit Union's Slam Dunk Savings Accounts. Just like a winning team will strategize their plays, we will help you plan your financial future with competitive interest rates and unbeatable customer support. Whether you're saving for college, a new home, or retirement, make a fast break to Eastern Utah Community Credit Union and let your savings game reach MVP status. Join our team today and start winning with your money.
Membership and eligibility required. NCUA insured. Loans approved on credit.
Picture this. A sudden burst pipe, flames engulfing your kitchen. Disaster strikes when you least expect it. But fear not, because Restore Wizard of Price is here to save the day. Their team of restoration experts is ready to tackle any fire or flood emergency from start to finish. They're not just here to fix the damage, they're here to restore your peace of mind. Don't let disaster catch you off guard. Call Restore Wizard of Price, 637-9165. Restore Wizard, the magic of a fresh start.
Let's hear what parents and patients are saying about Price Pediatric Dental.
We love Dr. Bott.
His staff gives the children their full attention. They make sure my kids are comfortable the entire time.
Dr. Lund is so nice. I like getting a new toothbrush and toothpaste every time I go.
Both Dr. Markham and Dr. Lund have been so amazing with both of my boys. We wouldn't go anywhere else.
Call 637-9590 to schedule your child's appointment today at Price Pediatric Dental.
You've been accused of doing something illegal and charged a foul. It's time to run the court in a game of legal matters. Let Oliver Law jump through the hoops. Robert Oliver believes in innocent until proven guilty. Oliver Law brings you a slam dunk defense for the best possible outcome for your criminal case. And when it's time to go to the foul line, Robert Oliver doesn't miss a shot. Call 435-637-6060 or go to robertoliverlegal.com to request a free consultation. Robert Oliver, passionate about defending the underdog.
At San Rafael Health, they believe everyone deserves compassionate and dedicated care. Whether you're looking for a place for mom, dad, or any loved one, the doors are open. San Rafael Health accepts private pay, Medicaid, Medicare, and commercial insurance, ensuring quality health care is accessible for all. Let the family at San Rafael Health take care of your family. Call today at 384-2301 and let San Rafael Health provide the care your loved ones deserve.
Mommy, I don't feel good.
Caring for each and every customer and their needs is the foundation of what Smart Health Pharmacy is all about. So when I need a prescription or advice, I can depend on the pharmacist at Smart Health.
Looking for a new pharmacy? It's never been easier to transfer your prescriptions to Smart Health. Call 687-5050 or go to smart-healthrx.com. Download their app today with convenient drive-through at 221 North Main Street, Huntington.
It's your health. Be smart about it.
Imagine the sound of a basketball swishing through the net at the game buzzer. That's the sound of you scoring big with Eastern Utah Community Credit Union's Slam Dunk Savings Accounts. Just like a winning team will strategize their plays, we will help you plan your financial future with competitive interest rates and unbeatable customer support. Whether you're saving for college, a new home, or retirement, make a fast break to Eastern Utah Community Credit Union and let your savings game reach MVP status. Join our team today and start winning with your money.
Membership and eligibility required. NCUA insured. Loans approved on credit.
Emery High School basketball on KOAL 107.3 FM at 7:50 a.m.
Post-game wrap-up show brought to you by Eastern Utah Community Credit Union. Final in this one, Emery falling to the Morgan Trojans 64-39, and that will slip Emery into the consolation bracket tomorrow, where they will take on the South Summit Wildcats. Jordan Buscareni alongside Aiden Mortensen. Aiden, at times in this game, Emery appeared to be a game opponent. It was 13-9 at the end of the first quarter. Emery had a nice little run to close out the second. Put together a nice start to the third. At the end of the day, there's just too much firepower on this Morgan roster.
Yeah, this is a Morgan team who anyone can be the guy to go off on any given day. Today, that was Colton AC, the senior, closing with 21 points. He was the difference maker in this contest. I think for Emery, like you said, they were game opponents throughout a bulk of this game. But what really did them in was turnovers and an over-reliance on the three-point shot, especially when those three-pointers just weren't falling for the Spartans. But it's hard to find an opportunity on the interior against a Morgan defense who played stellar. I mean, this was a team who they were forcing turnovers, blocking shots, getting steals, but they were doing so in a very disciplined manner, not racking up very many fouls over the course of the contest. We only saw them enter the bonus once.
Yeah, let's look at the final stats in this game. Emery shoots 33% from the field, and really we saw a massive increase for Morgan. That first half, they shoot 36%, but they close out at 58% for the game. And so they had better looks. A lot of those looks, however, did come in transition. I thought when Morgan was in the half-court set, I don't know that they necessarily had the effectiveness or the efficiency that they would have liked in this game. The difference was forcing turnovers 18 feet away from the basket and turning it into instant points on the other end of the floor.
Yeah, that was the real difference maker, because Emery's half-court defense, like you touched on, was something that was very stellar early on in this game and just stayed consistent throughout. But when the most damage was done in those fast break situations, and that's part of the offensive struggles that Emery had. They had a lot of turnovers tonight, some miscommunication, And Morgan, again, just relentless on the defensive side of things, setting themselves up nicely to find those situations and throwing it down on the other end.
Let's take a look at the final point totals for Emery. There's a couple that have 9. Jace Franson did finish with 9 points, as did Wes Johansson. Also for the Spartans, 5 from Porter Herdsman, 5 from Scott Johansson, 5 from A.J. Thomas. So there was some balance to this Emery offense this afternoon.
And it was. And you like seeing that. You like seeing teams where you can have that balanced scoring attack. You know, you don't have just one player you're going to rely on time and time again, making your offense fail. You have a variety of players who can put the ball in the basket. The problem tonight was they struggled to do that.
Yeah, for sure. Also for Emery and the final point totals, 4 points from Will Jeffs coming off of the bench, 2 points from Brett Griffin. Foul shots were not kind to Emery tonight. They didn't have a ton of opportunity at the stripe, but they do finish 3 of 7.
Yeah, and you got to take advantage of even those minuscule amount of attempts at the charity stripe. They're called free points for a reason. All you have to do is tune out the noise, rely on muscle memory, and drop it in. That's something that over the course of the season the Spartans have gotten a lot better at, but old habits died hard today in the quarterfinals. They just were unable to convert on those opportunities.
For Morgan, it was the Colton Acey show. He finishes with 21 points, leads all scorers. He was 5 of 9 from beyond the arc. He was 8 of 16 from the field. AC was really, really good in this game.
When you can see any field goal percentage number in that 50% range, just know that you've played a true gamer, and that's what Colton AC was tonight. He was lighting it up from beyond the arc, and when they started covering him on that, he'd do a shot fake, drive to the inside, get an easy finish at the rim. He was a real multi-tool offensively for the Trojans tonight.
We're going to pause one more time. Coach Dave Justice is going to join us at the broadcast booth when we return. Final score tonight. Or this afternoon, I should say. Emery falls to Morgan 64-39. We're back in just a moment on the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union post-game wrap-up show.
Transform your space with Spectrum Paint featuring PPG paint, the ideal choice for any home project. Imagine a kaleidoscope of colors at your fingertips, from soothing pastels to vibrant primaries. Whether revamping a room or adding character to your exteriors, Spectrum Paint makes every brush stroke count. Dive into a spectrum where quality meets creativity and paint your world with us. Visit Spectrum Paint to find the perfect shade for your home today.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Imagine the sound of a basketball swishing through the net at the game buzzer. That's the sound of you scoring big with Eastern Utah Community Credit Union's Slam Dunk Savings Accounts. Just like a winning team will strategize their plays, we will help you plan your financial future with competitive interest rates and unbeatable customer support. Whether you're saving for college, a new home, or retirement, make a fast break to Eastern Utah Community Credit Union and let your savings game reach MVP status. Join our team today and start winning with your money.
Membership and eligibility required. NCUA insured. Loans approved on credit.
At A Perfect Smile, they specialize in transforming your smile with precision and care. From porcelain veneers and dental implants to orthodontics, crowns, and bridges, their expertise covers every aspect of general and cosmetic dentistry. Dr. Jackson and his team are here to address even the most challenging dental concerns, helping you achieve a smile you'll love. Ready for a smile makeover? Call A Perfect Smile today, 637-2100, to schedule an appointment.
The Spartans play here.
Braxton Butler, number 32.
Will Jeffs, number 34.
Scott Johansson, 35.
On 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
Back here at the UCC Youth Center in Orem on the campus of UVU. Quarterfinals of the 3A State Championship Tournament. Final score in this one. Emery falls to the Morgan Trojans 64-39. Joining us here at the broadcast booth on the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union postgame wrap-up show, we have head coach Dave Justice. Coach, thanks for taking out the time to join us. I always look forward to our combos.
Yeah, anytime. I always love to talk about Emery basketball. So
yeah, it's always a lot of fun, Coach. And you and I were talking during that last commercial break. Saw some good things in that first half. Just really struggled to shoot the basketball with any sort of efficiency or consistency throughout this game.
Yeah, I think we played really well defensively. We kind of held them to 26 points, and some of it was, off of our turnovers, unfortunately, that kind of had our points. But our half-court defense, I thought we played really well. And for the most part, when we didn't turn it over, we got some good looks, and looks that, you feel good about, shooting. And they just, they were, unfortunately, we just didn't kind of make it high enough of them throughout the game to kind of maintain with their offense. And so, they played hard. They got after it. We just sometimes we needed to kind of shoot a little bit better to kind of hang with a team like Morgan. So,
yeah. Well, there's no question about that, Coach. You look at how they play defense as well. I mean, they make you work for literally every single foot of that floor.
Yeah, they really get up into your grill. It's like similar to a Richfield type of defense, where they're their extension and their pressure and full court or half court. Then they're jumping into that trap, which we had some success again, but we did turn it over a few times against that. And so it was kind of an in and out game that way. We had some success and against their pressure, but then obviously we did turn it over some too.
I do think, Coach, if you go back to the first meeting with Morgan, we saw kind of the vast improvement, the evolution of this Emery team throughout the season, because there was a significant difference. I think there was a significant difference in the way that we handled the press, significant difference in the way that we controlled the basketball, even though there were some turnovers on the perimeter. I just thought that there was a lot of improvement.
Yeah, I think so too. I think, hanging around that first half, and we got a few misses, and we were playing some pretty good, and it was kind of a back-and-forth game, especially in the first quarter. It felt like, we could have even been winning at the end of that first quarter, but we just couldn't really sustain the offense that we needed to, like we did against American Heritage or, some of the other games that we played, really good teams like Juab or whoever. So, but the level of effort for the boys was great. I never questioned their heart and their attitude and their energy, and so obviously they're disappointed in the result, which we are too as coaching staff. I think we really felt like we had the game plan, and we prepared that we were going to win this game. And so it is a disappointing result, even though they were a great team. And so, but proud of the improvement they've made all season. These seniors have done a great job for us. West, Scott, Jace, Porter, Braxton, Will, and Devin, and hopefully. It's kind of a sad moment for us to kind of end the season. Any end of the season is sad, and we're down about it. But hopefully we can bounce back and kind of go into that losers bracket and maybe pull up a couple wins. So,
yeah, Coach. If we talk about some of the other kids that were had positive performances in this game tonight, and we talked about Jace Branson and the hustle there for a moment, but we go back to the first half. West got off to a really good start in this game, and then. I was curious as to how they would guard West, right? Because they got so many bigs that they can throw at you. And then they started limiting his touches. I mean, it was tough for West to get the ball inside 15 feet, and I think you got to give them a lot of credit on that.
Yeah, I think the game plan was to take away West, and, they battled with him, sending multiple bigs at him, really denying him his pass and really getting into our pressure, so we had a hard time inbounding it or entering it into him, the entry pass into him. And so that was a definite, area that we struggled in. We're just trying to get West the ball and get going. I mean, it was credit to him. He's working hard, and he did really well when he had the ball. And I think he had a lot of good facilitating out of that high post against the trap. We got some good looks. We just weren't able to knock him down. But, he played great. So,
Coach, you go into a game like this, and I know so much of it is mental, right? So how do you get your kids to believe, hey, we can win this game? Because I don't think there's any doubt. A team that we lost to by 40 points, these boys came out, they believed they were going to win this game.
Definitely. It was just the message all week and just their attitude. They're just, sky high after, how we felt after American Heritage playing a great game. And so we just felt like we needed to kind of do the same thing. And we felt like we could do the same thing. And I think we had moments where we were successful, but then, just a little bit too many turnovers. And so it definitely wasn't a belief thing. We had our attitudes that we were going to come up here and, battle and continue and win. But it just didn't go our way tonight.
Oh, now we'll look ahead to what we have against South Summit. It's where the season started, right? Yeah. We were in Camas. That's a good team. And I think that the game that we got to watch earlier, the Juab South Summit game, you kind of look at that and say, oh, man, these are two really good teams. Someone's got to lose this game, right? Regardless if it's a win or a loss today, you were going to go up against a really, really good team, and now we know it's South Summit.
Exactly. And, the Woolston-Hume kid is, the leading scorer in the state, and so he's going to present a challenge. Just his athleticism and bigs, and, they got a lot of shooters and bigs around him. So, we're hoping it's a good matchup. It's a team that we've played for a while, forever, in and out through the season. So we're excited about it, excited to get another crack at them. So,
is there any point in time during the last, we had like 10 days off before we got to play basketball again, that you looked ahead and maybe started preparing for a South Summit or a UF?
A little bit. We're just watching Morgan kind of more casually than you do a Morgan, just because we're so familiar with UAB, and so we kind of felt comfortable going into that matchup just because, you played twice. We played literally like 2 weeks ago. So, we were kind of familiar with the warm-up. And so kind of watched our game from them last time. And I'll looking over the next day, at South Summit and see if we can get a game plan put together and go give it our best effort. And so I think these kids are wanting to play more basketball. They don't quite want to finish their season out, on a loss. And so there's only 6 teams to play that last day of the state tournament. And so we want to be one of those 6 teams. So hopefully we can go give them a good game. It should be a good game.
What do you do the rest of the day now? Do you try to take basketball off their minds? Do you guys enjoy each other's company? Do you get back? How do you handle it throughout the rest of this day?
Honestly, these guys, it's kind of funny. They like, you kind of live in this high school basketball world. I know you're the same, George. We just talked about, hey, we kind of want to watch these games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we're going to stick around and kind of hang out and play these, watch these next 2 games and kind of see what happens and enjoy that. And then after that, we'll probably go, get settled in our hotel and stuff. And then it really makes it a lot of fun when the girls are here, too. Yeah. So when both teams are here, we can come back and the boys can cheer on the girls. And hopefully they can get a little revenge for us on the Morgan. So, yeah, so we're going to – it's kind of fun to be at the state tournament for a basketball junkie because I know there's not a lot to do, but I think we end up just taking in a lot of basketball. So it's kind of fun, though, because these kids love ball anyway. So
there is a lot worse places to be.
I agree. That's what Coach Todd said, and I said, too. It's like, well, guys, we don't want to go back to work and school on Wednesday. Come on. We gotta get the dub tomorrow. So hopefully that will be a little motivation for them.
Well, Coach, I definitely appreciate you taking up the time. I know we'll catch up again tomorrow. Let's get a win, right? Let's come away with a couple of wins here at the state tournament.
Let's do it. I agree. Let's go.
Okay. Coach Justice, always a pleasure.
Appreciate it.
All right. That's Coach Dave Justice again joining us here on the post-game wrap-up show. Final score, 64-39, Emery falls to the Morgan Trojans. I'm going to bring back in Aiden Mortensen. We're going to get Aiden's final thoughts. And, the idea of coming back and getting a win in the consolation bracket tomorrow. You can close out your season with a win. You don't get that opportunity all the time. If you win tomorrow in the consolation bracket, you'll push forward to the final day of the season on Wednesday. And Aiden, that's what we're playing for now.
Yeah, you got to just focus on what you can do, what's in your control. Now, tonight, you didn't have the best shooting night, and unfortunately, those nights happen. Tonight, you really weren't wanting that to be the case, but you have at least one more game to come out and show what you're all about. You have a bunch of seniors on the Spartan squad who are going to look to go out with a bang, and I think they can do that tonight when they take on 4-seeded South Summit. I think this is a team. They're much improved from the start of the season. Last time those 2 teams met, it was domination by South Summit. But now I think it's a chance for redemption for the Spartans, a chance to show how much they've really grown this season.
Well, the final score here this afternoon, Emery falling at the hands of the Morgan Trojans, the number 1 seed. Morgan Trojans, Emery will slip into the consolation bracket. You and I are going to be back at it tomorrow. It will be an afternoon game. Start time, I believe, is 12:50.
Yep, 12:50 right here in the UCCU Center against South Summit. That's going to be a fun one.
Yeah,
I think this is a much improved Emery squad. They can really make some noise tomorrow.
That'll be tomorrow. Live coverage is going to begin at around 12:30 right here on 107.3 FM and 7:50 AM. Also important to note, it's not the last time you're going to hear from us here on KOAL tonight. We're going to be back at it at around 8:40. As we begin our pregame coverage for the girls' game, they too will take on Morgan.
I know it's really nice when you have both teams play in the same school. I mean, I only had to make one scoreboard. That's the biggest perk for me.
Emory Morgan, right? So if you're following us on KOAL, if you're following us on YouTube, we're going to be back at it again tonight at around 8:40, 8:45, when they allow us to begin our pregame coverage. Final score here, the Morgan Trojans stop the Emery Spartans 64-39. We'll see you later tonight for the Emery Lady Spartans. For Adam Mortensen, I'm Jordan Buscarini, and as always, go Spartans.
This is Eastern Utah's news and weather station, 107.3 FM and 750 AM, KOA.